Hey there, everybody. How are you all doing today? I have for you today a UU match that I took in the Cerebi Wi-Fi chat room. It was actually pretty good, surprisingly. Pretty close match, and I had quite a good time with it. So I hope you all enjoy, and here we go. Let's dive right in. So, my opponent is going to lead with their Dawn fan. Pretty standard lead you got there. I went into my Quagsire, kind of predicting that. I figured the rocks were coming up first, so I was going to use this opportunity to get a Toxic up off on him. Break the Sturdy, and if he becomes more of a pain as the match goes on, he has a condition just kind of wearing him down a little bit. So he's then going to go and knock off my leftovers, which hampers me a little bit, but I have the opportunity then to go for the Scald. It does a nice chunk of damage, and he's going to get some leftovers and take some poison, and we're off into the next turn. So he's going to want to get up out of there, not to take another Scald, and he goes into his Tangrowth to counter my Quagsire quite nicely. So I'm going to go for a Scald again, just playing it safe in the beginning of the match, and I get off a nice Scald burn, which is greatly going to help me throughout this match. This Tangrowth is a huge problem, and that burn just kind of made my life just a little bit easier as things went on. So going into my Nidoqueen, just to kind of scare him out with the poison move, or the ice move, whichever I decide to go for. He's going to go into his Jellicent as I go for the Sludge Wave, and as you can see, he takes that quite nicely. It's probably a physically defensive Jellicent. I have one of those, they are quite nice. So I'm going to get up out of there because a Scald is imminent, and I'm going to go into my Ampharos. This is a Mega Ampharos, and I figured a burn wouldn't be the worst situation for me to be in. He can't do too much to me other than that, and I'll have the opportunity to go Mega on this next turn as he switches out into his Dawn fan to kind of threaten me with the Earthquake. But the nice thing is this is an agility set Mega Ampharos, so I can use this turn that I scared him out to set up an agility, get some speed going, and be quite threatening. So at this point, something is probably gonna die, or he's gonna switch out. I can't remember exactly what happened at this point. Okay, so yeah, he stays in. I'm gonna go for a nice Dragon Pulse, and that is the end of the Dawn fan. So that's a good situation to be in. Now, I was pretty stupid here. I should have predicted he wouldn't have gone into a Flygon if it wasn't Scarfed, but I just went for the Dragon Pulse and ate a Scarfed Earthquake, and that was a not good situation, so kind of kicking myself over that play, but what can you do? The game goes on. So I'm going to go out into my Chestnut as he switches back into his Tangrowth, and just kind of absorbs that Leech Seed, and just, you know, making for not a good time for me. So I'm going to use this opportunity to set up my spikes. This is a mostly support Chestnut. He's got Seed Bomb, Spikes, Leech Seed, and Spiky Shield. I like that set, so I'm just gonna keep setting up spikes. He knocked off my leftovers. That's okay. That's what I'm here for, is to take hits and set things up and be annoying. He doesn't have his Dawn fan anymore, so these spikes are here to stay, which actually plays a major role as the match goes on. So he missed the first Toxic, which is a little unfortunate, but he manages to hit it on the second turn, which is gonna kind of reduce my longevity. I can't quite stay in as much as I'd like to, but I can't really do anything to this otherwise, so that's perfectly fine. I'm going to get up out of there and go back into my Nidoqueen and threaten him with the Sludge Wave. So he's going to likewise switch out and go into his Flygon, which is Scarfed again, so it would not have been wise for me to stay in there and take another Scarf Earthquake. I am going to go into my physically defensive Quagsire to take that, but he actually opts to go for the U-turn, which is probably the smart play there, because he probably knew I wasn't going to stay in on that. And he is going to go back into his Tangrowth, just, again, like I said, making kind of a nightmare for me this match, but it's nice that I have the spikes, so it pretty much negates all of the regenerator that he's getting back as he switches in and out. So again, I'm going to go back into Nidoqueen, kind of playing this game of scaring each other out with the same things. He's actually going to go for a Giga Drain right here. That was the smart play. He risked nothing by doing that, and he is again going to switch out. So he's going to go back into his Jellicent, take some spikes damage. I figured I'd go for an Ice Beam, maybe catching the Flygon as it comes in, but that didn't turn out as well as I had planned. So at this point, I'm going to get up out of there and go back into Chestnut. Again, I'm already poisoned, I can't be burned, so the Seed Bombs that I fire off will be doing some nice damage if he decides to stay in. Just taking poison, all that good stuff. So again, I go for the Seed Bomb here, and that is going to do quite a chunk, but just not quite enough to take it out. Again, physically defensive Jellicent. I love that thing. It's super good. You should all have one. It does quite a good job. So that was unfortunate that I was unable to take him out right there. But as I said before, the game goes on. He's going to switch back out into Tangrowth, who is just going to continue to take spikes damage every time it comes in, along with the burn that he takes as he comes in. You know, it's just coming in like nothing happened. So yeah, I'm gonna get up out of there as the toxic is kind of racking up. I don't want to be in there too much longer. Go out into my Darmanitan, which is Scarf. He's gonna hit me with Giga Drain actually. Sorry, and it's gonna do a little bit more than I would have anticipated, but you know, that's how it goes. I am gonna go for a Flare Blitz here. Anything that comes in is just not gonna want to take that at all. This Jellicent is gone, physically defensive or not. You don't take a Flare Blitz from a Darmanitan. It just doesn't happen. So that is one more wall that I don't have to worry about. Take a little bit of recoil there, and in comes the Flygon. The Scarf hit is imminent. I would not have been able to take him out from that range. Maybe I would have, I don't know, but I decided to go for the safe play and switch into my Quagsire, who is going to take this Earthquake relatively alright, but die to the second one. I just figured it was time to sack him and get a fresh switch in. So I go out into Tish, which is my Scarf Crocodile, and I am able to, let's see what happens here. Yes, he goes into Tangrowth, and Knockoff is what is going to happen next, and it's not going to be pretty for Tangrowth. Knockoff his Rocky Helmet, which I hadn't seen yet, and with the burn and the Scarf from me, I'm able to finally get rid of this thing that was kind of pain this whole match, so that's nice. I get the Moxie boost, so the next thing that comes in is going to take a, oh no, so he goes out into his Infernape, and the Mach Punch would not be fun for me to take, so I actually want to get up out of there, Scarf or not, and I'm just going to go into my Chestnut, take this Mach Punch and actually do a little bit more work than you would expect. So I am going to go for a Spiky Shield here. He's going to take some damage with the next Mach Punch, and then I am going to live poison on 6, and he's going to switch out. I just opted to go for the Spiky Shield again in case he was going to try and Mach Punch me again, but he's going to be smart and use this opportunity to get in his Beedrill, which is going to see my Chestnut die to poison, and he's going to go and Mega Evolve as I switch into my Nidoqueen. Now, yeah, so he's going to Mega Evolve now. And go for the Protect just to make sure that he gets all that speed and all that attack without taking any damage. And he's going to go straight for the knockoff, and that is Nidoqueen, sadly. Knocking off my Life Orb. But I have Scarf Crocodile in here to make sure that I can deal with this thing. He protects again. It's kind of futile at this point. All I have to do is hit a Stone Edge, which could have gone either way, but thankfully I was able to hit that and not have to worry about that Beedrill running train on my entire team. Had I not hit that Stone Edge, this match would have pretty much been over, but he still has his Infernape. It's going to take a little bit of Spikes damage. I want to try and preserve this a little bit longer because I know he's got the Mach Punch. I am going to go into my Darmanitan and take some Spikes damage and pretty much just sack it at this point as it goes down to that Mach Punch. So let's see, go back into this and I'm going to take yet another Mach Punch. Let's see, can I live it? Nope, that was not even a question. That was pretty much done. So that was the game, Narrow 1-0, got that priority to help him out there. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a lovely day, and I shall see you next time.